Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to some more Black Ops 4 action, playing some hardcore domination here on Summit, using the Cordite belt fed. I have the grip on there, I believe, and the laser sight, the dark matter camo, as beautiful. Maybe not too incredibly awesome, but you know what? I worked for that shit, and I like it. So, like I said, playing some domination. Today's video is going to be, as the title suggests, unfortunately, and man, I feel that in my soul, unfortunately choke the nuclear. I didn't intend to go for nuclears in this gameplay, as maybe you may guess, because I'm playing very aggressively. I'm playing hardcore, which is, at least in my opinion, not the traditional way to go for nuclears, because you get melted by every gun in existence in this game in hardcore, except for maybe, like, I don't know, some of the pistols at range. Even then, I think the first pistol, I don't know the fucking name of it, like, it's like a one-hit kill even at medium range. So hardcore is not exactly the best game mode to do for nuclears, in my opinion. But anyways, I was playing this game mode. I think I was just running around just pub stomping. I played a lot of hardcore dom when I was going for dark matter. I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll play some more. So yeah, so today's video is gonna be around kind of what I mentioned before. It's not obvious, but I'm gonna talk about operator mods. Now, I have the belt fed on this gun, and for anyone who's not exactly a master, doesn't play this game a whole hell of a lot, and doesn't really know, the operator mods are basically, I guess, attachments, or they're like, I guess I'd call them specialized attachments. They're unique to each gun that they're available for. There's no two guns have the same operator mod, and they basically make that gun, I guess, a super version of itself, which is a cool idea. It definitely plays into the role of variety and allowing certain weapons to have their own strong points and their own uses in game, and I like, and that concept is really good, and I like that innovation. However, in the tradition of Call of Duty, sometimes they miss the marker, almost all the time, with their new things, i.e. noob tubing, i.e. death streaks, i.e. I guess, you know, some of the specialist stuff in this game and in BO3, and then now the operator mods. There's just some stuff that they're pretty close. I say the operator mods are pretty close, but they just missed the mark a little bit. So, in terms of missing the mark, what I mean by that is that, while there are a lot of options, honestly more than I thought. I don't use a whole lot of the guns. I'm mostly an SMG/LMG player, which is an interesting contrast. Usually it's SMG assault rifle, but I use LMGs, snipers sometimes I'm bored or playing with my friends, and LMGs, I think I said those all correctly, yeah. So there's a lot of operator mods. I think it's actually the LMGs might have the most, because every gun has one. The assault rifles, I think, only have a few. I think actually the marksman rifles, or I think they're DMRs or whatever they're called in this game, they all have like a burst or some kind of function. SMGs have some, but the biggest point I want to get to in this video is basically going to be the ones that I personally believe are either slightly or grossly overpowered, or honestly just don't belong in the game at all. And if you played the game, you maybe know what I'm talking about. It may differ a little bit on like what's number 1 and what's number 2 on this list of awful, you know, game ruining operator mods, but number 1 in my opinion is going to be the oppressor mod. Now, the oppressor mod is for the Titan. Basically, the function of it, if you're not an expert, don't use the oppressor mod or don't understand what I'm talking about, the oppressor mod basically gives the Titan, which is the LMG in the game, the ability to produce, I don't know, like basically allows the gun to generate bullet suppression. Now, bullet suppression is a real life thing. It's been in many Battlefield games. I don't know if it's ever been in a Call of Duty before. Maybe in some campaign as like a cutscene or something. But basically, suppression is basically what the whole point of a light machine gun is to do, is to hold down like a side and like actual like military strategy, to hold down like a hallway, an alleyway, a doorway, something. But it's holding down the trigger. That's why you have a large drum magazine, or either a belt fed thing. Basically, put a lot of lead down range. You don't have to always hit the guy, but you're keeping their head down, letting your teammates, friendlies, whatever, push up. Now, for the Titan, it's the only gun in the game that has any kind of bullet suppression. No SMGs, no assault rifles, no nothing. So there's one gun in the game that has bullet suppression, which makes no sense to me. Call of Duty has, to my knowledge, never really dealt with any kind of bullet suppression mechanic, especially in multiplayer. Like I said, there may be some little bit of that in campaign to add some realism. But other than that, there's been no bullet suppression mechanic that I remember at all in any multiplayer game. And I've played since, I played Black Ops 1 when it was new, but I played the back end of MW2, like I bought it later. So I played a lot of Call of Duty games, and I do not recall any bullet suppression. So to have one gun do bullet suppression, And the way they do it, it's all clunky. The animation of the guy shooting at you gets all wonky, and basically is almost, nearly, in my opinion, nearly impossible to shoot back unless you get really lucky and you're already aiming in when he looks at you. I think it's a really cheap tactic. I think it's honestly really messes up the flow of the game, and only have one gun have the ability to do that I think is kind of silly, and it feels shoehorned to me. And then also, my judgment for them being overpowered is that there's not an exact counter, or that the oppressor mod, the operator mod, does not kind of have a built-in equalizer. What I mean by that is, let's say you have the Spitfire, which is basically the Vesper from previous games, a high fire rate submachine gun, really good up close, and honestly a tank if you know how to control recoil. There's an operator mod called Wildfire, which speeds up the fire rate insane, but the magazine is small. So no matter, even if you put extended mags on that thing, you're going to use all your ammo really fast. You're going to get that one kill. You're going to throw a lot of bullets downrange really fast, but your magazine's going to limit you, so it kind of balances itself out. Operator mod doesn't do that. You have a drum mag. You can put extended mags on the Titan. I think it's like 70 bullets. I may be wrong on the exact number of bullets in the extended mag. You get a lot of damn bullets to shoot that are going to suppress the enemy. I think it's OP. Another one that's OP, in my opinion, is the strobe light on the SG-12. Basically is like a mini 9-bang. Not super severe, but enough where you can't really shoot back, honestly, at all. And again, the mechanic is clunky. You're getting like every other frame of the guy jumping around. And even when you shoot at the light, you sometimes still can't hit him. Like the same way if you get 9-bang and you're still shooting straight, suddenly your guy isn't even shooting straight anymore, even though you were looking straight before you were 9-banged. Like, 9-bang's that's a whole different video. I don't have enough time to get into the 9-bang rant, but so that, the strobe light, and then honestly the only other one that I think doesn't have an exact like equalizer is this one is, I would say, is much lower on the list in terms of being overpowered, is the skull splitter for the Mozu, which, if you don't know, it gives you a one-hit headshot, I think at any range. So if you put that scope on the Mozu and you see a guy, like let's say I'm playing Summit and I run out into the A spawn, I look through that doorway and I see him running out of the A spawn and I get a headshot, one-hit headshot, no questions asked if I hit him in the head. So then again, the Mozu does only have a 6-round, I guess, chamber. I mean, it's a revolver, so you only get 6 shots, so you can't sit there and hose it like you can the Titan. And then the SG-12 is just annoying. It's a shotgun up close, and you can't really shoot back. So the Mozu, I think, is less OP, but there's still no direct counter to it. Like, you can't. The ammo limits it a little bit, but I mean, when you're shooting a one-hit headshot, you don't need to shoot a lot of bullets. You just shoot one, and then you reload. So, I don't know. I think those 3 don't belong in the game. The rest of them, I think, are pretty fair, and honestly, I don't see them a whole lot, which makes it that, or leads me to believe that they're balanced enough in their own nature that they're not being abused and breaking the mechanic of the game and really ruining the game for people who strive to be better. And because the operator mods, the ones I mentioned, I think give people that are lower skill level, or even sometimes even the same skill level, it gives them an incredibly unfair advantage, and it really just kind of messes with the mechanic, and suddenly the game's a whole different momentum, a whole different flow, because one guy is running, or sometimes even more than one, is running an oppressor mod, and suddenly you have to worry about bullet suppression, but it's not even part of the game. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear what your guys' opinions are, and have a good day. Peace.